Have you ever felt like your brain is kind of freelancing? Like it's doing its own thing while you're just along for the ride? One minute you're reading nonsense but totally understanding it, the next, you're flinching because someone stabbed a rubber hand. Your brain is a genius, sure, but it's also a sneaky, glitchy, pattern-obsessed trickster. Here are 8 wild things your brain does that prove you're not quite in control, and never really were. 1. Your brain can adopt fake limbs like it's collecting new accessories. Picture this. You're sitting at a table. One hand is hidden behind a screen, and in front of you, there's a rubber hand. A researcher starts stroking both your real and rubber hand at the same time, in the same way. After a few seconds, your brain decides, yeah, cool, that's my hand now. Then they stab the rubber hand, and you flinch. That's the rubber hand illusion. And it proves your brain's idea of your body is surprisingly negotiable, like it's outsourcing part of you to a prop. 2. Your brain can read nonsense and still feel smart. Try reading this. According to research at Cambridge University, you probably got it right. That's because your brain doesn't bother reading every letter. It sees the shape of the word, guesses what should be there, and fills in the rest. You're not reading, you're predicting. It's efficient. It's also how you can drive home without remembering a single turn. Your brain's running on autopilot, but sometimes it guesses wrong. 3. The Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, or why that new thing appears everywhere. You learn a new word, a random fact, a car model, and suddenly it's everywhere. That's the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, also called the frequency illusion. Your brain's reticular activating system just flagged that new thing as important. Now it's filtering your world to highlight it. It feels like the universe is sending you secret messages. It's not. It was always there. You just finally started noticing. 4. The tip of the tongue mystery. You know the word. You definitely know it. You can feel the first letter. You know what it means. But you can't get it out. That's the tip of the tongue phenomenon. What's happening? The meaning is there. The memory is there. But the sound of the word? Jammed. Blocked. Glitched. Scientifically, it's a disconnect between the part of your brain that holds meaning and the part that retrieves sound. It's like your semantic memory and phonological memory are out of sync for a moment. 5. Your eyes can trick your ears, and your brain just goes with it. You hear the sound ba. Then you see someone's lips making the movement for ga. What do you think you hear? Your brain, trying to make sense of the mismatch, often fuses the two, and suddenly you perceive the sound da. That's the McGurk Effect. Your brain blends what you hear with what you see, and often trusts your eyes more when decoding speech. The result? You hear something that doesn't exist in either the sound or the visual alone. It's all your brain's way of keeping things coherent and consistent. It's like your senses are on a Zoom call, and your eyes are the loudest, most convincing one, persuading everyone else what reality sounds like. 6. Your brain can nap while you're awake. Ever zone out during a meeting or forget part of your drive? That could be a microsleep. Parts of your brain literally shut down for a few seconds while the rest keeps going. It usually happens when you're tired or bored, and it's your brain's way of sneaking in rest without alerting you. So if you've ever lost 10 seconds without blinking, yeah, your brain hits snooze without permission. 7. Emotional pain hurts because your brain says so. Breakups, ghosting, rejection. They don't just feel awful emotionally. They actually hurt. That's because the anterior cingulate cortex, the part of your brain that processes physical pain, also lights up during emotional pain. Your brain doesn't distinguish between a heartbreak and a stubbed toe. Pain is pain. It doesn't care if it's social or physical. It just hurts. 8. Semantic satiation. When a word stops sounding real. Say a word enough times and it just falls apart. Apple, apple, apple. Keep going and suddenly it sounds like nonsense. This is called semantic satiation. The neurons responsible for connecting that word to its meaning get tired and take a break. It's like your brain is saying, "You've said that 50 times. I'm done caring." Your brain is powerful, fast, and surprisingly creative, but it's also lazy, dramatic, and sometimes just plain weird. It guesses, fills in the blanks, zones out, and literally edits your reality without asking.